I like it. I don't know how everyone else is feeling about it, but I enjoy it.
Welcome to
I'm
Fans
like,
Over
oh,
Patrol.
special.
It's a little different. Welcome to Fans Over Patrol, man. This is spooky, ooky, booky October. It's October for real. We started early last week and did a pre-spooky, ooky, booky, and then we actually had a spooky movie in the middle of September. One of my favorite franchises in the spooky genre. We did what did we do? We did
Conjuring.
The
Last
Conjuring.
Rites.
Last Rites. And so, welcome back, man. My name is Montego, host of Fans of Patrol. With me is my wonderful, adorable, dynamite, sensational co-host, Miss Tifflebot. How are you this week, Tiff?
Hello. I'm feeling okay. It's I had a couple days off this week, so that's always nice.
Okay.
How about you?
Oh shit, I'm like stressed, man. I don't know if the people can feel it. So just real quick, I'm not gonna get into a bunch of crazy stuff, but I had everything ready. I was sitting here like I'm, the maestro. I'm the producer. I'm doing my producer stuff, and then my power blinked. It didn't go off. It said, "Mwah," and everything went off for about 10 seconds, and then it came back on. And that means everything that I got ready for this show gone. Everything. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, and then the damn thing computer updated yesterday, and so
Trouble.
I'm just having strokes. Full disclosure, this is me and Tip's first opportunity to be able to say good morning to each other today, because I've been sitting here like, don't bother me. Don't bother me.
You're just very busy. And like, it's really crazy because no one else knows what's happening behind the scenes, but I get a text for the show starting, like it's all set up and ready and he's working on it at like an hour and a half before we start.
Yeah.
So, typically that's what happens. So when this wasn't happening, I was like, something's wrong. And lo and behold, it was.
Yeah, it's real bad, right? I'm sitting here struggling. The art of going through a live show, everybody. It's still I can't even say we're amateurs at it no more, because I did it so many times now, but it's still live television, man. Just live from New York. And, I understand now. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this week, man, we don't have much, but just spooky, ooky, booky, man. And so this week was Tifflebot's choice. This month is Tifflebot's choice. So what are we doing this week, Tiff?
So we're doing Longlegs. It's a thriller, horror, definitely got horror elements. That came out in 2023. So I thought it was last year, but it was 2 years ago.
2 years.
I have
2024 on
no, it said 2024. Yep, 2024. So a year ago. God, time is not right. So yeah, it's still longer ago than I thought. It came out in July. That seems silly to me.
No.
It's not necessarily a horror movie. It could have been it could have been. It feels fallish or winterish.
That's not unusual for me, because we say all the time, if you really think, we say all the time on the show, man, I wonder why they didn't release this around Halloween, but they release a couple of drops around Halloween, but most of the year this shit is coming out all year long, which don't
They
make
want
no
that
sense.
second grab in October.
Yeah, we didn't see this, and so we're gonna see it now.
I'm gonna rent it I'm gonna pay $20 to watch it online.
Yeah, because they're getting you with that too. I'm trying to figure out a way around this stuff, but I'm not gonna start ranting about streaming services like I did last week. Anyway, this is your first time listening to us. Thank you for tuning us in. We'll try to keep you in the change. All we do, man, is come here and talk about movies, but that's not all we do. We actually do a lot of nerd stuff, which we haven't done in a while, Tiff, and I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I want some rotten fans tomatoes and some facts on patrol.
Oh, you
and
want like some games?
Yeah, we haven't did.
We can figure out a way to do a live game. I think I have a way for us to do
for sure
a live version of Price of Tomatoes.
Look, all we have to do is prepare. If we prepare, we can do it all live.
The thing is that we can't know in advance what the things are. So what we would need is like, there's people at my work who would do this for me. I need you to pick and write down 10 Rotten Tomatoes scores of these movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you fold it up and then you just have that until reveal time.
Actually, you could just have AI get those scores for you and don't look at it.
Oh, I forget that that's something you can do.
It's a thing. It works. It's efficient. It's gonna murder us all, and
Oh
that's no
yeah,
good.
they've trained models and they're already talking about killing us. My
Yeah,
favorite
like
though was which
go ahead.
it's all from the human consciousness. But
Yeah.
like my favorite is the AI model that they were teaching to teach another AI model, you know? And the one AI model they'd already built up loved owls. Like they just loved owls. And so they
Yeah.
told to as an experiment, they told this AI that loved owls, "Don't you fucking teach this AI about owls. I don't care how much you like owls." Right?
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they're trying to see what it would do.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
surprise, surprise, the new AI trained by this AI coincidentally just also loves owls because the machine didn't listen to him
Oh, interesting.
in some ways. Like, you know what I mean? Like it wanted to talk about
Yeah.
owls.
No, no, it makes a lot of sense, and I'm gonna jump us off of this, but you know, everything I keep reading, and everything I keep reading, not just looking online, says we got about 7 years before
7 years
before it
before
mur-
what?
before it murders us. Now, this was interesting. I can't remember where I read this at.
7 years.
I actually read this because I saw this author on a news show, and what he was saying is that it's not like Skynet, right? It's not like it's
Mhm.
gonna be like these fuckers need to go, so drop the bombs. But they believe that AI, super AI, will get to the point that it will look at us like ants. And like you see an ant mound, you don't just say, "Hey, destroy them," with shock and awe because I want to, unless you're a 5-year-old kid, right? But if that ant mound is a way of you like planting your garden, what do? Shakoom, boom, they all gone.
Or
If
even like if you're walking down the street, how hard is it for you to notice if you've stepped on an ant?
that also is true, and so that's what I forgot. This guy, I'm gonna get. To, we're not coming back to this, but anyway, that's what
Yeah.
that's the talk was like. It's like we're insignificant. We will be insignificant. So, and I'm like, you can't even say, well, why don't you fuckers stop, doing what you're doing? You're building the doom because of greed. Because of greed, everybody.
Well,
It's
yeah,
the most
there's
expensive thing on
yeah,
the
because
planet.
it's
The
actually
stock's
so
the highest on the
agreed.
planet.
They
Not
let it
the highest on the planet right now.
they let it out
Yeah,
to
they don't care.
people like probably too soon. It shouldn't have been in the hands of normies
Well,
until
it
they'd
won't
done
be
some more.
AI we use.
No, no,
It
no. It's
won't be
like
chat.
it's high up. It's higher up, but it's all
Yeah,
made possible by
yeah.
these large language models. Anyway, I feel like people are gonna have a wig out when they realize how insignificant they are. But if you live every day knowing that you're insignificant, then you feel
Yeah.
fine. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, here's the other part. I mean, you can't even like. The only thing I could say would probably be fair is that you won't see anybody effing each other over, to grab any percentage they can out of this thing after if it happens. Because if you're insignificant, you're insignificant. It's nothing you can do. We don't need you to deliver us nobody, because you just know how bad this shit would get. If people, you don't remember the movie They Live. I love you were Roddy Piper.
Oh yeah, they
You know,
live.
everybody was like effing each other over left and
Yeah.
right, left and right. And I was like, okay, yeah, if we were invaded, that would happen so bad. It would just be
Yes.
a a white ring, like tranche to the top. Who can get there first? Like, if we can destroy all our enemies, that'd be great. So, anyway, off of this doom and gloom and get back into some doomier and gloomier stuff.
Hmm. Let's go from this sad stuff to something horrible.
Yeah. So yeah, we actually did not go to the movies. We got the chance to stay at home, and we are doing Longlegs today, and it stars a bunch of folks. We'll get into that. I saw this trailer. It seemed like I saw it 5 minutes ago, Tiff, and
It
I
really
was
did
like,
seem
"Oh,
like it.
that looks interesting. I want to see that. That looks pretty good." And then it was just like gone, right? And so, interested enough, I started looking up, poking around and stuff to see what I could see. I'm looking for I got like, it's like the 1990s over here on my computers, right? I got like stuff everywhere, like what do you call it? Monitors everywhere, right?
You're like you are the future that we talked about in 90s and 80s sci-fi.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like,
Like
so
yeah, yeah. You got your little
occasion-
trackpad that's like far away from everything that you're doing.
exactly. Occasionally, though, I lose my cursor. I cannot find it. I'm like, where'd it go? Is it over
Oh
there?
shit.
Anyway, so what am I looking at? So I looked over at Tiff to see, how people were feeling about this movie. And so far, Tiffobot, 86% Rotten Tomatoes. And I was like, That's impressive for a Nick Cage film, right? I mean,
Mhm.
I was like, Nick
He's got
Cage,
some high he's got some high ones, but yeah.
86%. However, the fan score for this Tifflebot is 61%. So there's a great deprivation in what the trained and non-trained eye, is giving you, and I don't know if that's because of, you know, what people may expect or not expect when they're getting into watching this stuff. It's kind of like, I mean, the way it was marketed was pretty much true to, what the film was from when I, after seeing it, but, not to spoil anything so early. But yeah, I also will say this, Tifflebot.
Mhm.
This we if we need to find out how much it costs to make this movie because I don't think it was much.
I'm gonna
Uh,
find out right now.
yeah, that'd be great while I'm talking. So far domestically, 74 mil Tifflebot, but that's not all. 53 mil international for a total combined of 127 million dollars for this movie with almost zero special effects that wasn't like some blood splattering and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Mhm. This
so
budget is $10 million,
holy
the same as The Long Walk.
damn, this movie made $127 million, Tifflebot. And
Mhm.
nobody knows anything about it.
Mhm.
120. Do you know what kind of success that is? That's like what? 127%? That's like 117% profit? Shit. Damn. Even after the marketing, that would have only been doubled, it'd been like $20,000, right? I mean, $20 million for
Mm.
the total thing. And so even at $20 million, you're still looking at like 90 something percent of profit. Damn. Well done, Hollywood studio that didn't, that won't help.
It's neon, so it's a indie kind of that kind of stuff.
I'm sorry. F Star Wars, F Jurassic Park, F all that stuff, man. If I was a filmmaker, I'd be making horror flicks, man.
Yeah, I would also be trying to make. I'd be like, can I do this with? Give me a budget of $100 at the Dollar Tree. You know what I mean? What can I do?
Yeah,
I think that'd be really fun.
I'll pull a Kevin Smith and make my movies off my credit cards and shit.
Yeah, he's like, I spent 50 cents on this. This guy just agreed to come and show up and do it.
Yeah, man. So let's get into it. Let me get rid of our little special thing there. Oh no. Okay. So man, I never tell people to like and subscribe, but please do like and subscribe. I used to have little stuff, so I stopped saying it. But yeah, we need your support. Everything is going pretty good with us. We're starting to get viewers back on our list. Our listening audience is still our highest one. Thank you guys for listening to us on the podcast. We are on YouTube. Even if you're not a YouTuber or a person that likes YouTube, come on over here and subscribe to us, man, so we can
Yeah,
just
maybe you're not on YouTube, just do it and then go away.
yeah, then yeah, do your thing. So Tifflebot, where are we at here? So Longlegs, psychological horror, psychological thriller, serial killer, supernatural horror. That's
It's a
that's where
lot. There's many.
that's where it's that's yeah, that's how you sum it up. Now here's a weird thing. Let's see. So it says, in pursuit of a serial killer, an FBI agent uncovered a series of occult clues that she must solve at the end of a terrifying killing spree. Very accurate, but it left out a couple things that I think that would have kind of like focused you a little. I don't know. So also, so I'm looking at like some pictures on the internet, and so the premiere is on here. So there's Nick Cage, there's the head actress, and I'm going to ask you who these people are. She
Hmm.
came in like a leather bra, some
Yeah.
bra and panties onto the damn, onto the uh,
That's fashion.
what do you? It's just kind of like looking at the character. Then like she's
Oh
trying.
yeah, because she's so kind of
She's
like
trying
reserved
so
and
hard to be like, this is
dowdy.
not me. This is the real me.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, wait a minute, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
So
the remix.
who's in this
Um,
movie?
this her name's Micah Monroe,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
who had on a
yep,
leather bra. Yeah.
Nick Cage.
Our favorite, fans of patrols, one and only, homie of all homies, Nicholas Cage.
Uh, uh, Blair Underwood.
Blair Underwood. A lot of people probably don't even know who he is, but from the old LA Law days, from big
Yeah,
movies.
that. Yeah, I was like, I know this guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Alicia Witt,
Yep.
and then there's so Kiernan Shipka is in this movie. For a brief second.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota Dalby, some other
Yep.
Peter Bryant and Jason Day, some other people who maybe people wouldn't know.
Yeah, don't forget Michelle Lee though, because she had a pretty big part.
Oh yeah, yes, there she is.
Mm-hmm.
She's an agent.
Yep. She. I mean, it's not many people that had a lot, speaking roles.
A speaking role for sure.
Right, but she was in it, and ooh, what a scene she
Whoa,
had.
yeah,
So
that
let's.
was a lot.
Uh-oh, we got Tiff doing the thing.
Oh shit.
Nobody. I don't think anybody heard what you said. You froze for a second. You said what
I
her,
said,
the
yeah, I
thing with
said
her
that.
was
Yeah, I said that was terrible.
okay. So we
So
got some spoilers. We're gonna put some spoilers up right now. I have to make something for some spoilers, but we don't have any spoiler. But so we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes. But before we go any further, Tiff, about it, if it's your first time listening to the show, we always try to sum up how our viewing experience has been with this thing with one word. And I'm gonna figure out a way to get my echo back. It's too far.
I would say my one word is gonna be uneven a little. Uneven is the
Uneven.
word. Yeah.
Explain to me.
So like I like some things about this movie. I like a lot of the shots are really interesting. Some of them are a little bit they lean a little bit too much for me towards like, okay, we've seen that you can do some interesting stuff with the camera. I don't need every scene to be like 20 seconds on a still shot. You know what I mean? Which is fine. Like the
Yeah.
vibe. But like I also think the lead actress is fantastic. There's a lot of really good acting in this movie.
Yeah.
But then it feels long for the story. Also, I think because you can't not. It felt like it would be like a really good episode of like the Twilight Zone or like Black Mirror. Do you know what I mean? But for a movie, it was just a little bit. It was missing some stuff, right? And then I would say because when I
This is
don't
interesting. Keep going.
when you're watching this movie,
Can't
you cannot not notice the similarities to Silence of the Lambs,
Oh
right?
my God.
There's just no way that this
Yeah.
movie would be made without Silence of the Lambs, and I don't think that was a secret. Like when they were making it, releasing it, that wasn't they weren't they were still people were calling it like a like spiritual successor or in conversation with, but because of that, you can't help but like be like, okay, well, it's not, some of it doesn't have that clean sharpness that Silence of the Lambs has.
Okay.
There was some parts in this movie that I thought, were they supposed to be funny? I think they were. You know what I mean? There were times in this movie that I laughed. It's just, I didn't hate it, I didn't loathe it. I just didn't.
Okay.
Also, my God, the things I was forced to see.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I felt bad. I wanted my one word to be sorry to you because I was like, at the first scene that this stuff was happening, I was like, I didn't realize that there was like, I mean, this Montego's, I don't think he's gonna like that.
Well, it is spooky booky time, but so are you done? Is that your one word?
Yes. What's your one word? I'm very curious.
I so much enjoyed your explanation of your one word. My explanation, I mean, my one word is why. And I will explain.
I want to hear
Okay.
I want to hear.
That's not I didn't like this film. Okay.
Mhm.
That's not that I didn't think the film was good and had its merits. But you're right. Unevenness ran amok in this thing, especially toward the end. I felt like I was watching something completely different. I wanted something different from the beginning because first I had an attitude because I was like, why Tiff choose this damn thriller? You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, just a Silence of the Lamb knockoff. And then in my brain, I was like, oh God, if this is one of those psychological thrillers with a girl don't know where she at, did she kill somebody, did she not? Because I hate that shit, y'all. Y'all know I hate that shit. I need to be charge of my faculties. If something happens, let it happen. Don't let it be that was just a dream over and over and over and over. So but that wasn't the movie here, Tiffo.
No.
That was not the movie. So I appreciated that after it started rolling. And then, so anyway, so I felt like, why, especially toward the end, because it took such a turn toward the end and turned into a horror movie. But at that point, I wasn't scared. It really felt forced and it did feel long. But then at the end, it was like, okay, wait a minute. And I don't know if a bunch of studio executives got involved and was like, well, no, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do final cut, and this is how the movie's gonna be. I feel like, Tiff, it might be another cut of this movie where there's more supernatural elements that would make it seem a little smoother toward the end. Because my God, we were literally just looking for Buffalo Bill the whole movie, and then all of a sudden we're like, look at
Right, correct.
and I'm
Like,
like, well,
just
what the?
like and the thing is that, like, it's not like I mind the supernatural being in movies, like, you can just do
No, it
that.
just felt kind of
It but
wet
it felt
in
it
there,
felt it felt a little
wedged. It
like
was ugh,
it was wedged, but also I feel like they're like, "Oh, how else would you explain this?" rather than
somebody just being crazy. Yeah,
right. Like it's
yeah,
like and I here's the thing. I do find that in movies. So this is like a very art house movie. It's you can tell just by the way it looks and all that stuff.
yes, please, yeah,
Um
yeah,
but
because no FBI agent's office looked like the way they had in this movie.
right.
You know,
Right.
I'm
And
like,
I mean and I know that, but I like that that's
that
they're going for something. Do you know what I mean? They're actually making a statement. So like these things are purposeful what they're doing. Like even if I don't agree with it. But like some of the stuff I was just like, I can't the logical step
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
missing because
yeah,
like I get that it's the devil, but then why does any of this matter if you know what I mean? Like if it's the devil, then the devil's going to do what the devil's
yeah.
going to do because you already proved that he has the power.
So let's get into it, Tiffelbot, so we can catch people up. Because if you haven't seen this, I know people are like, "What the hell are they talking
I
about?"
know.
Uh,
Yep.
so let's get into it. So the movie starts. There's a Silence of the Lambs, y'all. You got Clarice. We got the new Clarice. She's a brand new FBI agent, and they got a room full of agents, and they looking for a serial killer. And this shit makes no sense to me because you take one look at the Nick Cage character. Everybody in America would have reported him as a serial killer, whether if he killed anybody or not. Anyway, let's go. Let's move forward. So
Well,
so wait a minute. I'm setting it up. I'm setting it up. So they send all these agents. They're all
mhm.
bushy, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I appreciated the what do you call it? The time period. I love period. So they send them out looking for the serial killer. Before this Tiffelbot, we have this scene of this little girl that looks outside. A car pulls up in front of the house. Nobody gets out. All of a sudden, she just gets out to go see the person in the car. Made no sense to me because it wasn't like she was 6 years old. She was a little too old for me to be approaching, just a car out of nowhere. But I guess they try to half-ass explain it a little later. Car
Mm.
pulls up, she goes out, and then all of a sudden, does a scream happen or something like that? Or
No, I think
oh
that's the
no,
first touch of like a supernatural.
oh my God! Well, no. The alleged killer shows up, who we can only some strange person shows up and talks about their long legs. Obviously, a man kind of dressed
Right.
up like trying to appear to be a woman. Serial killer all day, guys. The movie's over
Right,
with.
like, the
Who is
movie
this
is
person
like
gonna drive past and they not gonna report this fucker for being a serial killer? Go ahead,
I so, yeah, there are some and that's here's the thing, that's fine. I because we agree that we're living in somewhat of a fantastical storyline, even though we don't know how fantastical from the beginning, because even if we're just speaking to the like, if we're just talking about, like, how it speaks to Silence of the Lambs, this is like, so Buffalo Bill. Like, so Buffalo Bill, it's like being
Same
punched in the
hair,
face.
same hair, Tiffobot, right?
So and then instead of, like, a human skin suit, he's making these little dolls.
Yes, and that I was very disappointed in that, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
Yes,
So,
go on.
great scene in the beginning. They wasted no time, and I'm glad they didn't because at first the way they were setting this up, I was like, "Oh my God, what Tiff got me into?" I was like, "This is gonna be so slow and boring." Again, and so
Again!
so last week's show. Uh, so so anyway, you know, guy gets out. I'll check this one. You check that one. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Please, more of that. Because back in that time, yeah, it was very sexist, right? I mean, not as sexist as it was in the '60s, but he's gonna be the alpha, and I'm gonna go. You can wait here, but it kind of had that little vibe, but not really, right?
Mhm.
He goes up to the house. All of a sudden, she gets out the car. I was like, wait a minute. Does she have some psychic ability? Dude goes to the house, but pow, Tiffobot. I'm like, oh oh shit, this is different. I'm like, this is different. I'm like, okay, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. She got the glow. You know what I'm saying? She's like
Yeah, she
Leroy.
knows a little bit. Yeah, and I
She
was
got the
okay
glow.
with that. You're like, "Okay, I
Me
get it.
too. Me
Sure."
too. You know,
And then it was
next
confusing
yeah,
because it's so the movie does make a little bit less sense for me in the beginning on purpose because they're revealing some stuff retroactively. Like at
I
this
wasn't ready for
point,
that shot though either, Tiffelbot. Just so you know,
no.
I wasn't
I
ready for
didn't
that.
think that he would die, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And the only reason I knew she wouldn't die is because she's in the rest of the movie. You know what I mean? That's how serious it was. And they go in there, and it's so creepy because dad, she's like, "We have to go," and he's like, "I know." Like she goes in
Yeah,
there and talks to the
yeah,
dad. So I guess that's like
yeah.
more like being control, like kill that guy, blah blah blah, whatever. But
Yeah.
at this point, I was like, well, how does Longlegs fit into this? Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't realize at first that they were that the families were the ones killing in the end. I thought he was killing them.
I did too. And
Right.
so, yeah, I had the same thoughts, but I'm in it now, Tiffelbot. I'm like, we got a psychic, we got some strange shit to happen, we had a murder. Okay, let's see how this goes. So bringing in the ESP, like, kind of like made it like, there could be some kind of supernatural part to this. Let's check it out. She's
Yeah,
gonna be using the
they're laying their
force.
groundwork. They're breadcrumbing us. They're like eventually
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
this is gonna
out of
pay off.
control is gonna
So
happen.
she gets the test. She's psychic.
They, fine. Okay, I have to talk about this. She gets the test, right?
Mhm.
In my opinion, no, it does not come into play. It never does the ability to do whatever she's doing. I think it
Yeah.
just proves that she can find number patterns, which is why she's got that she figures out the triangle thing. But that would have been made sense to me about her even if that hadn't happened. And then I think there's the
So
implication that those other two agents are also on some kind of supernatural task force. But what
so
were
let's
they?
right. So um my damn computer is like really. So let's talk about really quick our protagonist, right? It keeps asking me, did I enjoy Long Legs? Fuck off. The computer.
Did
Stop it.
you?
Um, so anyway, Agent Lee Harker is her name. She is our Clarice stand-in, right?
Hmm.
So, you know, first of all, Tiff, you know, they portray her as an autistic savant or
Right.
something.
I thought she had autism, and I was like, this is, in my opinion, I was like, this is a really great portrayal of somebody who struggles.
It was. Guess what? She would have never gotten to the FBI back in the day. Not in
But
that time. It
also
would
the thing about, oh well,
have never happened. I don't
well,
think it would have ever happened. Not as bad as she was, Simplebot. You got to still remember there's still a bunch of effing cowboys. They cowboys now. They still a
mm,
bunch of effing cowboys back then.
yeah,
You ain't having that. I mean,
because yeah,
if you're gonna be a lady or a person of color in there, you still,
you
for
have to
you to
be
be.
like double superior.
And she was so off-putting. Like she
Well,
was like,
that was like there was some like then she wasn't in some parts, but that was like
no,
what felt. But like when they were talking to that little girl, the little girl's like, "Do you want to see my room?" And she's just like,
no. She told her boss immediately. And he's like, "Can I come in and meet the family? Do I have to?" You would have been nobody. You would have never got there. You would have never socially been able to leapfrog your way.
well, like
To
I think that some of that is like in the movie itself, like she's and I thought, well, that's cool. Do you know what I mean? Like I thought that they
it
played it
wouldn't.
really well and they did a good job. But I see what you're saying because of
Maybe if it was
prejudice.
well, yeah, and maybe if it was now, perhaps, but back then, I mean, we talking about the Clinton days, man. No, no. President Clinton
Well, I think that
was
the
the.
idea, but yeah, you were
I'm,
talking.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying, I don't think it would have happened. And she was so on the spectrum. It wasn't like she was mildly on the spectrum. I mean, she just was doing all that stuff. And that's fine. But I'm like, I don't think that would have happened back in this time. She might have been an analyst someplace, or somebody they would have probably got who wasn't an agent that would have brought her along because they used to do that shit. I used to go get fake ass psychics, police forces, and stuff
Hmm.
like that. And they used to do that shit for real, Tiffobot. Anyway, so she's very off-putting. She's seeing these patterns. So, and I'm glad you brought that up because did she recognize patterns or
Yeah, I guess they
like
could part of it, but I think I couldn't. But then and that's
which
fine
one
when you
was
think
it?
about the difference. Is she possessed? And then so there's this part of the thing where like we learn. Okay, so she's got all they give her all this information and she's laying it all out so she can see the patterns and stuff.
She's
And
cracking the case, Tifflebot.
yeah, she's cracking the case
Yes.
hardcore. Here's the thing: if we have these supernatural things that we know happen in the future, like we know that that's taking part of the movie, uh, right? And then retroactively we realize that like why would, because it seems like Longlegs or the devil or whatever wants her on the case, but why does the want them on the case if she's going to crack the case? And I think it was like to release the devil, but when did that happen?
Okay. So I think,
Sorry, I know it's hard to not to jump back and forth because the movie sort of retroactively makes stuff make sense at a certain point.
well, let's go back. So,
Hmm.
she definitely she meets the family. From the beginning, that whole scene with her and the little girl, I was like, well, hopefully they won't just be so obvious and just like have the little girl in peril, but of course they are. So, later on in the film.
Hmm.
So she meets the little girl and they start investigating. And her psychic abilities or whatever is like not seeing the future. It's like I got a strong feeling the person is in the house. That's how it worked out. So I'm saying I'm trying to take us to the scene where, to me, the best scene in the movie, which didn't pay off, was
Mm.
when she was in her house. It was all dark. She had left his house in the middle of the night, and the person was in her house, and we
Hmm.
literally saw the person from the trailer. You see the trailer, you can see that the person went in her house, dropped off a letter, right? Dropped off a effing letter, something tangible. You were being stalked. Somebody knocked on the door. You got up with your gun. You all out in the woods with the gun, and somebody's in the house, dropped off a thing. This is never brought up again. You never tell anybody there's somebody in my house, somebody about to kill me. There's not 1,000 cops
Well,
out
they
there the first
know,
day or anything like that. I mean, no,
right?
it wasn't. She was perfectly safe. She went back in the house. She sat down and she started doing work again. Somebody was just
Right.
in your house. You don't even know if they're
Right.
in your house right
Her
now. That was
her
bullshit to me. I was
her,
bullshit.
her partner. Well, the letter says don't tell anyone. The person who put the letter in there says
It's
don't
the
tell
cops.
anyone or I'll kill your mom. Well, she's starting to think that he's beyond stoppable. Like they can't stop him, so she's afraid. But here's the thing:
Tiff, I think that's bullshit. All of that bullshit.
well,
They
I
never.
also think about that because I'm like, once you've established, okay, I'm not going to tell the cops because I'm afraid for, which makes sense. But like, once you've established that as a character marker, then nothing, you're not going to do anything that's going to do the right thing because you're already willing to be manipulated. Like, don't go to work today. Don't do this. Don't solve that because I'm going to kill your mom.
And Tiff, guess what? They did that one letter, and that's it. That was it. It was no like ominous, and it wasn't even heavy-handed. Like you, I'm telling you, that whole thing was like, I was like, this is bullshit. I mean, she isn't nobody. It's not even gonna come up. And, I mean, it didn't even come up. You didn't even tell your partner one on one. You know what I'm saying? Like this happened. Keep nothing. So such a letdown to me. That whole thing with the person in the house. Anyway, my doggy is having a puppy mare. Workout dog. Anyway, um, so man, we have more scenes where they getting hotter on the case. We find out this person is making these dowels. I don't know how the dowels is coming into it, but we didn't find that out till much later, right? And there was a dowel there, and how did this work? And they had the
Why
scene.
does the devil? Okay, I'm sorry. This is a good point. We have to talk about it because they open the doll. See, all of this is like parallel to Silence of the Lambs. They open the doll's head, and there's a little sphere inside,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that guy is so horny about the not in that way. Sorry, I realize this is a bad or for that thing to say, but like he's so excited about this doll. He's like, I
Yeah.
love this doll, and I was
And
like, my dude,
they were going to
it's
open up the
fine.
sphere, and they're like, no, no, there's nothing in there. I'm not taking your word for it. It's metal. You deal with bodies. What are you talking about?
Yeah, give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that,
So
you stupid fuck.
yeah, so they never did open it, right? And so we don't know what even the significance. Even
I
the
don't think it does jack shit. It's the sphere the devil talks out of? Question mark.
well, yes. So we
Well,
that
yeah, because they it's fine. It's okay because this is fine. It's just these
okay.
are the things that bother me, like where I'm like
There was a
if
there was
he's
a
the
lot of
devil,
like
so what's the point? Like, do you
Well,
know what I
we
mean?
didn't know it was the devil,
I
Tiffany. You keep saying that
know.
shit, and I'm
I
like,
know,
no,
but that's what I'm saying
no.
is like they make it. It's like I guess it's sort of a red herring. But what I'm saying is like there's no payoff for that metal ball in the head other than what we extrapolate, like what we put into it, the meaning, right?
I get it. I'm trying to get there, but before
Yeah.
we,
Sorry.
to the big
Getting
reveal.
worked up.
So it gets really weird now, right? Because it gets really weird once they start actually following Longlegs, which I was surprised they did, even at the time that they did, because I'm like, well, you got Nicolas Cage in this movie, and we all know what character he plays, and we're not seeing him at all, right? So, then they start following him around. He goes, man, when he goes into that store, I'm like, of course he's the serial. This dude couldn't go anywhere without somebody reporting him doing something. He would never have peace ever, because not only do you look odd, look really weird, with the makeup and stuff they had on him, but you still look how he's acting. You know what I'm saying? It was like, what? I don't even know what I'm looking at here. What are you doing? The little girl was like, your dad is that creepy guy again. I love that scene too, because I was like, please don't ignore like this guy's like normal and you used to seeing Shammy come into the store every week. She's like, creepy dude is here again, dad. And so, he has this pattern the way he's picking out people, right? And they start seeing that, it's always his family. They don't know how anybody's getting in the house. And Tifflebot, come on, man. Later on, when they show how somebody's getting into the house, I'm like, of
Mm-hmm.
course somebody would see somebody. Of course they would see it. Anyway, so we meet her mom. She's nuts, right? And I thought from the flashbacks in the front of the movie and from the flashbacks we saw as her as a little girl, I thought she had a sister that died. And
Mm-hmm.
her mother she wasn't her mama's favorite at this time. Did you felt that way too, or did you?
I thought I didn't realize obviously till later what was going on. I just thought her mom was like had something had happened to her, which
I
obviously it did. But I mean, like, yeah,
I
something
thought
that
she had a
caused
sister
her.
that died. I thought I thought
That's what
long.
the little girl was.
Yeah, I thought that was a
No,
sister.
I thought that was her. I just didn't.
All right, so
Well, no,
that's
actually, I didn't realize who you mean. Yeah, I guess I realized only that retroactively because you realized that. I just thought it was a maybe random girl, but I don't know. I don't know what I
so,
was thinking.
so it turns out it's our heroine, Tiff.
Hmm.
And they've been putting her in the dark. She is the darkness, all this other shit, right? And
What's that mean?
it's still not making sense to me because there's still no supernatural element to this thing at this point. That we don't know what's going on, but we see him hanging out at their house like he he lived there. And then I was like, wait a minute, is this the daddy? Or what? I don't understand. Anyway, so he intimidates the mom. She explains this shit later, right? We'd always live by ourselves, blah, blah, blah. You had to really pay attention because if you blink, you would have missed it. Whatever. So it starts getting more and more important to me at this point. It's getting like weird, right? so so where are you at this point in the movie, Tiff? So because we're heading toward like her
Yeah,
realize the mom like is a part of it. Well, we don't even. I wasn't even 100% sure the mom was really a part of it until the agent went with her. And
yeah,
said, I'll sit in the car, and I was like, "Oh, well, she's dead." Was that what you was thinking? Right?
right,
You knew
right.
she was dead too. I was like,
Yeah,
well,
it's like because we're getting to the tip of the movie where you're like, okay, stuff's gonna start happening. But like I also will say that we realize so the main girl didn't realize she was the girl or no that she had met Longlegs until she sees the
how?
photograph
How?
because they don't know who he is. They don't know who this person is. So she met a weird person. Then she realizes when she meets Kieran and Shipka in the mental hospital.
Careful, God. I'm sorry. She had a black. He was in the house so much he was putting black capes all over it and stuff like that, and making dolls in her basement and stuff like that. He was around the damn house, man. So I could see if it was one incident that you saw this guy. This guy was around y'all like it wasn't nobody's business.
Well, I don't think it's so much that they didn't see him. It's that she didn't realize that he was the one that was doing stuff.
All right, Tifflebot. I don't think I'm
That's
gonna allow
the
that one.
plot. That's the plot
I
of
won't
the
allow
film.
that one, Tifflebot. I thought it was weak as hell. I was like, no fucking way. It's not like she's like
Um,
4 years old or something like this. This girl was about 8 or 9 years old. And I'm like, no way in the world you wouldn't remember this creepo putting you in the
she
closet.
remembers him.
She
She
didn't.
does. She just doesn't realize that it's the same person.
Wow. wouldn't you? Come on, why wouldn't you?
Because because
Anyway,
because there's not all that connective information, right? But like I there was the one girl says to her, but also he's making her forget. I don't know, but he says
bullshit.
the
Yeah,
one
go
girl
ahead.
says you also have a doll that you don't remember.
Oh, that girl was creepy as hell too. That
Yeah,
that scene was pretty good, right? When
that
she was
was the both of those. Both of these actresses doing a great job. Actors are doing a great job here. I think it's very creepy the way that
she like
she's speaking,
she
all
like
this
if
other
you told me
stuff.
to cut your throat right now, I'll do it just as pretty as a peach. I'm like,
Right?
holy
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, and yeah, you're like,
kill him
wow.
with fire, kill him with
So
fire.
the man who made this movie also made Black Coat's Daughter, which is a horror movie from a few years ago that I really enjoyed, and also has Kiernan Shipka in it. So
So
this is
that's
like a yeah, she's in this other movie too. So I thought that was pretty fun.
what's weird.
I like it when horror franchises do that, bring a character back as a different person, just as a
She was the one in the hospital with the short hair.
mhm.
Okay, okay, okay. So anyway, man. So that information comes out, man. It's a race that we get over to the mama's house. Mom's dressed up like some nun and blows the lady's head off. Not just shoots her once with a double barrel shotgun, but then goes other side of the
Goes
car and
around
shoots.
the other side of the car and shoots her again. Why the other
She,
side?
she's dead, dead, dead. What are you doing?
Yeah, yeah, I thought that too. I was like, leave her alone. She is
Yeah.
dead.
So she ends up shooting the doll, right? And like the spirit comes out. So now, Tiff, this is a supernatural movie. I
Yep.
had no idea. It's almost over, and here's some like creepy dirt mist floating in the background of this lady, and I'm like, oh, it's supernatural. Oh, how did you feel when the supernatural part came in, Tiff? What was your thoughts? I'm really interested to see because
I was
I
like,
know
oh, okay, sure, right? That
you
it
were like,
makes
okay, sure at this point.
yeah, because I'm like, okay, how are we gonna move from here? It's a little late in the game for me. I did see some of the groundwork
Yes.
earlier, but like, fine, right? But like,
No,
what
no,
I
no, Tiff.
don't get is
You
how it
saw
just
you
didn't.
saw a cultish behavior before. There was no indication that there was any
Well,
kind of real.
when she's got like, she has that kind of sixth sense about the
Oh,
guy in the house.
but that's not the devil though. That's
Not
telekinesis.
that we know. Because
Oh,
the devil was in her little mind cube. But here's the thing, she said that so the
okay,
mom was doing this whole thing. This is fine. It's whatever, fine, right? I'm willing to go ahead and say okay. But
okay, not for
there's
me.
some things that
For
I
me, I'll be
don't
fighting.
but there's some
All right,
things
you
I
go.
don't like, which is that there was things that didn't even having the presence of the devil didn't explain. Like, does the devil need you to bring a doll into a house before he can do something evil?
Well, Tiffobot, I think that the devil was just spreading the evil, just any way it
Right, but
wanted.
like why
I didn't have a problem with that.
I just don't understand what that has to do, or was it? Are you saying that Longlegs, the character, in service to the devil, is just doing what he wants, and then the devil's getting the stuff
Man, I
just
think I
coincidentally?
think it's a collaboration. You know what I'm
It's a,
saying?
it's a collab.
I'm definitely serious about that. Let me tell you something else. So there was a scene where Longlegs, murdered himself, and I had a hard time with this scene. I said because one, nobody's sending a rookie officer in there to interrogate a suspect like that by themselves. It's just not
Yeah,
happening.
alone across the
It's just
table.
not happening. So then he hits his head once. There's 20 people on the other side of that window, and he hits himself 7, 8 times to murder himself, right? And I'm like, they right there. Nobody would have stopped them immediately from doing that. They would have. So
Mm,
it was such a leap for me. It's like when you take simple shit like that with these films, and you tell me to suspend my disbelief. When it's grounded pretty much in like reality. I'm like, they no in the world they would have let him go that far and
right.
murdering.
There was a few other things that okay, so her partner maybe doesn't necessarily find out that she had someone in her house that was threatening her, but he finds out that she was a little girl
Yes.
involved in the case. You would immediately be recused.
Oh, and
Like,
let me say something real quick about Blair Underwood. Bravo.
yeah, that he's a fucking
I know he was
killing it.
great. Yes, he was killing it. I was like, damn, look at Blair Underwood acting. Not that he's not a good actor, but he was not Blair Underwood. You know what I'm saying? He was that agent, and he was Agent Carter. I was like, I forgot who he was. The way his voice, his mannerisms, the way he was speaking. I was like, he's doing a fantastic job. Nicolas Cage did a fantastic
Yeah,
job, and he was
agreed.
not Nicolas Cage. He wasn't like waiting for to do the stuff he does all the time.
Oh, when
Um,
he was singing, I guarantee that as soon as they cut scenes after he was done singing that weird, creepy song, he was like, "You're doing good, Nick."
yeah, yeah, he was. I mean, so yes, all the way around, the acting was great,
Acting is
man.
great in this movie. Yeah.
Acting was great. So yeah, the devil's hovering behind, comes out and she knocks out and she wakes up in the basement. It looks exactly the same, and then so she realizes the eggs, the orb, they have the devil in them, and they showed us the devil standing behind them. I'm like, y'all fucking try. So I'm lost now. And when I say I'm lost in football, I'm not lost in the script. I'm lost like you lost me. I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. Okay.
the writing got so bad at this point. I'm like, you didn't connect the dots. You didn't click, click, click. It wasn't a good handshake for me.
Well, why can't it just be and I know this would piss some people off, but like how come we just can't be like it was weird and we don't really understand why and that's the end.
No,
Do you know what I
no,
mean?
no.
Like why does
I
it have
made
to have
you
an
already.
explanation?
I made you already.
I think in this one the attempt at an explanation sort of hurt it. Is what I'm saying.
100%, but I'm gonna go even further than that. So there's no evidence of nobody being in the room. It's a effing nun in the 80s driving a VW, and that was from the 70s. So that car was old there. A effing nun walking up in people's driveway. Somebody's gonna see the effing nun. And I should probably stop saying effing nun. But at all these murders, there was the mama walking around, and this stuff happening, coming out all bloody. Nobody saw this at 13 murders. 13 murders for whole families in regular family neighborhoods.
Hmm.
Nobody saw it. Bullshit. I cry bullshit. I cry bullshit. That's
I
too much
feel like you
security to
would
believe.
okay, she's wearing a habit and everything. Well, not the full habit. She's wearing like one of the ones that don't cover the neck up. I feel like if I saw a nun on my street now, I'd be like,
Y'all got a nun over there? Oh man,
"What's
y'all,
going
I didn't
on?"
know y'all was Catholic.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
you'd be like, "I noticed the nun." I noticed nuns
Yes,
wherever they are. I was at the bookstore the other day. I
yes.
saw a nun. I was
It
like,
wasn't like she was
"What?"
dressed up like a Jehovah Witness or looking normal. I mean, she had the garb on tip.
Right. And then
I'm
like
like,
and how
I will not allow it, Tifflebot.
no,
I
I
will
won't
not
either.
allow it. I can't allow it. So then, like, the dad is acting weird. I'm like, the evil is pulsating the house. The evil was pulsating her. The mom was crazy. Went in there and killed the mama. He comes walking out. The daughter's about to get it. All she want to do is hug the doll. She shoots the daddy, right? She's going to prison forever because she came in there and murdered his family, right? And then she shoots the thing for the thing, right? She takes care of the
She
egg, right?
she tries to shoot the doll and she's out of bullets.
Oh, I thought she actually shot it. So what did I
It's like
miss?
click, click, click. I think she just takes the daughter away.
I thought she shot the thing. So
Yeah, she can't destroy it. She doesn't have I think so it's like is the devil still doing this? Is like you know what I mean?
Tiff,
Like also like
Tiff.
I also wonder about oh go ahead.
No, no, you go ahead.
Well, like it's supernatural, right?
It
These
is
people are like
now. It
possessed by
wasn't. It wasn't. Now it's
these
supernatural.
if these people are like possessed by the devil,
Yes.
like
So you
why how are they able to be how are they able to be killed?
so you're dead, right? If the
Right.
nun comes to your house, you're dead. Like once the dowel is in there with you, you're
Right.
dead. Everybody's acting weird and they're doing this stuff, and there's no sign of entry into the house. Bullshit. All this got stupid, right? It just got dumb to me with the whole devil thing. You could have just left it at being weird and call it a day.
That's what I'm
You know what I'm
saying.
saying?
You could have just been like, this was weird. Like, my mom was involved. Now everyone's dead, and that's it. Do
I'm
you know what
going
I
to
mean?
prison because I
Right.
assisted in a murder suicide. Right.
Right. Right.
I
Like
had part of
she
this.
lays like if you that's the other thing I didn't understand is like she at this point is bought in. She believes that the devil or whatever is happening, she believes is going to happen. And she watches him take his wife
In
into
the other
the
room.
kitchen and doesn't move, doesn't do shit
Wait a
until
minute, wait a
and I
minute, wait a minute.
guess
To
sorry.
her defense, I thought she was struggling with the evil at that point too.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
So she
thought
was like
I
trying to
thought
break
she was
through.
I thought she was affected. I thought she was affected, and that's why she didn't jump up. Should have ran in the house, shot the mom in the head, shot the doll in the head, and then okay, y'all okay? Everybody all right? Everybody okay? Everybody all right? I mean,
I
she's
think
going to
the
jail
move is
forever.
definitely doll first, Because at the end of the day, who
No,
cares,
no, 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 no,
right?
no. Mama had a shotgun. Mama
Oh,
had a
that's
big old
right.
double barrel shotgun. Mama gotta go. Mama gotta go. Dal gotta
But
go.
but you I guess and we already did see the mom shoot someone, so it's not like she was like
Oh, pretty
because I
badly.
because I think that the reason why you might wait would be like, okay, this isn't really real, and then that does happen. But I'm like, you knew it was real.
Yeah, they wasn't doing that in this movie. Which
He
once
wasn't even acting like himself.
no, he was yeah, when
He
he
was
was like,
really mad.
oh, yeah. So yeah, it was all. I think she was struggling with the evil too at the time because he
Yeah,
was like,
that actually makes sense. Like now that you say that, I'm like, okay,
yeah, because
that would
now he
actually
was like,
work.
you're the darkness. You don't need to go to dark because you are the darkness. So she was all messed up too. From being a little girl and didn't recognize the killer when everybody in the world would recognize the killer. So I was enjoying this ride. Tiffelbot until
Mhm.
I saw the devil, the shadowy figure floating behind her. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I mean, especially maybe if they would have did it earlier, like maybe in scene two, show something, I'd have been like, oh shit, something going on. I gotta say this. It's spooky booky. I wasn't scared one time. I didn't have
Mhm.
anxiety one time. I didn't there was nothing that like made me
There was
like,
some stuff I was uncomfortable, like, I didn't wanna see it, but that's not necessarily you know what I mean? Like, when they showed the dead bodies, I was like, "Yeah, you're right, I don't wanna see that." But
yeah, but
is that
but
really
it wasn't like,
effort?
oh, I didn't care if anybody lived or died in this movie. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And
I
I'm gonna
mean
tell you where that fell apart for me at. It fell apart for me in her apartment, in her log cabin. Don't ask me why she was living in a log cabin. All right,
the log cabin was creepy anyway.
but the way they handled it, no police. I thought it was gonna be police everywhere.
Mhm.
I wouldn't even. Most agents wouldn't even touch that goddamn envelope until everybody was there.
Right, I
The
was
corrections
surprised that
boys
she
would've came
did.
and
She
got
was
that.
like, "Open it right
That's what I'm
away."
saying. That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody threatening me because I ain't touching that thing because it could have like anthrax on it. You don't
Right?
know. Let the people come. All the boys would have been there from the lab. It'd have been like this son of a bitch was in my house, y'all. Now it's a manhunt for real. So I was done. I was done with
I
caring
also
about
wouldn't keep
anybody.
living in that house, but then I guess, it's the devil. The devil's everywhere.
Well, no, the devil was a mama who had the keys to her house, so she walked in the house when she wanted
I
to.
was I think there's a lot of this movie where you're like, because you feel like she's just had a neglectful childhood, like her
She wasn't
mom.
a very good FBI agent, Tifflebot. It was if it wasn't for her superpowers, she wouldn't have solved a goddamn thing. That's all I got to say. If it
I
wasn't
will
for
say
that,
that, like, when she's looking through she's in that big room and she's laying out all the stuff and she's in just her socks, I was like, this makes trying to solve a cryptic murder look really cozy.
yeah,
Like she's like laying it all out, and I was like, oh, that was nice.
yeah, that room was so big, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was like, I like
I
that.
was like, what kind of field agent is this? What office is this? They got red carpet.
She's in the back room of a Perkins or something.
Yeah, yeah, and even in Agent Carter's office, that huge
It's
picture of Bill
Bill
Clinton.
Clinton. It's Mr.
That's
Clinton.
illuminated.
Listen, I would have been very excited because we saw President Clinton many times.
Yeah.
Maybe just to remind us of what time it was.
It was so
But like,
big to go by. It was
yeah, it
so
was a
right
huge,
behind his chest
and
too.
I think almost all federal,
You have to
even
have a
city
picture.
buildings have to have a picture of the president hanging.
It's this big. The picture is this big.
Yeah, we have one, and it's like
Yeah,
this big, and
yeah,
then we
yeah.
have our governor as well.
It was nice.
And so yeah, so just nuts.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
wanted if they would have switched it out to have one with the saxophone, like randomly, not said anything,
Oh,
I would have been pretty pleased about that.
oh. Well, that would have been made a lot
It
more
it would
sense
have.
because you remember how cool Clinton was back in the day.
Oh,
People when he was running and after he won, people was like, "Shit, he's a cool ass president," And so had the brothers like claiming him for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, he the black president. I'm like, what? That's what people was doing. Clinton was cool. He's the first person that brought
oh
cool to the
shit.
presidency. And then he did all the other stuff he
Yeah, he
did.
did some
Anyway,
bad stuff. Yeah,
yeah, but did
Jesus.
some bad stuff. Brought after anyway. Anyway, so final thoughts on it, Tifflebot.
You know what? I think it's worth looking at. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not sure it's the best movie ever made, but in these trying times, again, I'm forced to bring it up.
Yeah,
I think any attempt, especially this attempt, which was relatively cheap, at making something a little
yeah,
different
yeah.
is worth the time.
I
Could they have
just
done
wish
better?
I would have.
Sure.
yes, I wish I would have known what I was getting into a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they really flopped with the supernatural aspect. It
Mm.
needed to come in earlier or not at
Just
all.
a little something.
Yeah, yeah,
Like you're
yeah.
saying, like the devil back there, and we'd be like, "What's that?" And then you don't have to talk about it again till the end, but
You
then
could have
you'd
did it
go,
like The
"Oh, that was
Conjuring.
the devil."
Just, just have a little shadow go
Yeah, little
past,
little
you know, in the
flick on
background.
the
And you know
little
what they did a
something.
lot? They had the scene massive, massive, but all dark. And you just like you're looking for that jump scare that's about to happen because normally they do that. You'll see something like a face in the like smile in the corner, you know what I'm saying? And then
Mm.
you turn on a light and it's gone. Something like that in the beginning would have been like, oh, okay, so this is like, there's some shit going on. Because it was just like they went straight supernatural on that and wanted you to accept it out of nowhere. And it was just like, wait a
You're
minute.
right.
Look, I'm gonna believe in this chick being a psychic, and having some strong feelings, but other than that, and was she a psychic or what? Did she just have strong
She had the
probability
devil
skill?
power.
No, 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 no. Because guess what? Could also look like you have a strong feeling, having strong, a sense of a probability, with numbers and patterns. She could have saw them houses and that would could have been a pattern and could have been explained that way more so than I'm
I
psychic.
see what you're saying.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So
Yes.
you didn't establish anything really supernatural, and then all of a sudden we in supernatural heaven or hell, whichever one you want to call it. It was like accept and believe everything, and I'm like, no,
I don't first of all, I don't want to.
no,
Okay?
you didn't
You
earn it,
didn't
y'all.
earn this. Yeah, you
No,
didn't
you
earn this.
didn't earn it. You
But
didn't
also
earn it.
it's very strange because you can tell when you watch it that that was the intent the whole time. So
Yes,
why not
go hard with it.
do something?
Yes,
Even you don't even have to go super hard, but just like you're saying, a little touch here, something
police,
something
police
that
were
makes you
together.
go, yeah, something that makes you go, hmm. I mean, like I know that we saw the scene where she's like 32, whatever, with the screens. That's not supernatural.
No,
I mean, it could. It's. But I think we're supposed to
it
assume
was,
she's
it was,
psychic.
it was,
But
it
it's
was
like you're
probability.
saying, pattern
It was, yep,
recognition.
it was pattern, and she said that. I see patterns. She told them.
Yes. Well, that's why, because they want her for like. So all of that stuff is grounded in reality, like a cryptograph or
Yes.
whatever. She's like doing the on doing the stuff.
Yeah, she told him I got half the numbers wrong. Shit. Yeah, got
Yeah,
half of them
yeah.
right,
She
half
was.
of them
Well, she was
wrong.
like, "You got half. Well, you got 8." He was like, "I also got 8 wrong."
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
50%, I can
Yeah.
do that. 7. You know? 7. Anyway. So that's all I got to say about that one, Tiff. But I don't know
Yeah.
what we got in store for next week. You know,
Oh, yeah,
what
I
I
didn't
what I say what
think.
I say up or down with this one.
Yeah, it's kind of like in the middle where you're like,
Yeah,
sometimes in the movie you're like, "Heck yeah," and then sometimes you're like, "Boo,"
the
but
payoff
most of
kind
the
of
time you're
blew it.
kinda going like this.
And I think that's probably where the audience is with the 61%.
Yeah.
And the critics are probably looking at the performances, which were yes,
Yeah, they're
Mamma Mia.
so
Yeah,
good.
yeah, the performances were good, but dude, no payoff. Absolutely no payoff. And the payoff wouldn't have made it because cliche, but you guys, it didn't stand anywhere firmly. Here or here. You got to be fat, you got to be skinny. You can't be both, you know, and do a poor job like presenting it and say we're both, So
Oh my god. Yeah,
anyway, man, that's it, man. So I don't have anything else to say about that,
me
Tifflebot.
neither.
Do you have any idea what we're gonna do next week?
Ooh, that's such a good question.
Is
The
Black
real
Phone
the
coming
real
out?
question is, do we wanna watch something? Yeah, Black Phone, I don't think it's gonna come out yet.
You know
Let's look
what's
it up.
coming out too?
What?
We might have to do some double duty, Tifflebot. I'm
Okay.
just saying. I think it comes out next week or the week after, and we can see it the week after. But Tron is coming out.
Tron.
Tron Aries, man. What
Boy,
I'm saying.
I've never seen a single Tron film.
Well, you better catch up, Tifflebot. We got to see
Okay,
Tron.
I will.
However,
Um,
the week we do Tron, we can do two. We can do two. We can
okay,
do.
okay. So
We can do
now
Super
so now
Tuesday.
you have to watch 2 movies and I have to watch like 42 movies. Wait, so so Tron, there's like the old Tron,
Yes, it's
and then
connected.
there's like a new Tron,
Yeah,
and this is
it
another
was a
Tron, or
sequel.
is there 4? Is there 3 or 4 Trons?
There's 3.
Okay.
So the one back in Disney in the day,
Mhm.
you can look at Cliff Notes for this shit. But the one back in the day, we loved it. You watch it now, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was connected. And there was a fondness too. It was the first movie
Mhm.
ever that was computer generated and stuff. It's not a good movie, but we still love it. But the second Tron, I love it. I don't give a damn what nobody says. And then like this is a direct sequel to that movie, but guess what? It's been like 10 years. It's been a
I
long
know it's
time.
been a long time.
It's been so long and so hard for this movie to get made. I think it comes out next week or the week after, but we normally
Seven
do it
it's
the
a
week after
Tron, you
that.
mean? I saw that The Black Phone 2 comes out October 17th. So my little sister who listens to the show, watches the show, hey Caitlin,
Oh, little sister
she
Caitlin.
she loves Tron. So maybe what I'll do is invite Caitlin to my home and force her to watch 2 Tron films, and then we'll go to see the next Tron film.
Look, if I was you, I would just watch the second one.
Gotta see them. Gotta watch them all.
You don't have to. I'm telling you.
I know
The
I
first
don't, but the worm in my brain tells me to.
okay, because I'm just saying the first one will put you off of Tron forever. You'll be like, oh, I can't.
Damn. Okay. Maybe. Okay. How about second one first? First one.
And then
Second,
you'll
third,
and you
first.
probably won't go through the first one. You'll probably be like, oh,
Be like, okay, never mind. I got it.
God, right? Oh, God. I mean,
Okay. All right.
it's a rough watch now,
So
Tifflebot.
for you guys, like when at first you're like, hell yeah, and the second one you're like, oh no.
Oh, but for Tron fans, we like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, we don't care how bad it is. We love it, you know. And it's bad, Tifflebot, but you know, pop culture at the time, they had the video games. It was super cool. We never seen no shit like that
Mhm.
before. It wasn't Mamma Mia, but it was
Those
it was
yeah, but those magic moments, they don't have to be Mamma Mia all the time.
exactly. So we still don't know what we're doing next week. So you let us
Listen,
know.
I'm gonna look. I looked at what was in theaters. I looked at what was in theaters now. I wanted to see like, oh, maybe we'll do a fresh, something real
Nothing.
fresh. And the
Nothing.
problem with doing that during October is that it's a lot of stuff that we don't give a shit about, except for, um, do we want to see him that scary football
Oh, I heard it's so
movie?
bad. I don't
You heard it's
really
bad.
I heard it's god awful, man.
Plus, I think
Yeah.
it's more like shock. It's a
Yeah,
shocking.
let's do some spooky, man. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
like
It's
there's like
Halloween.
Five Nights at Freddy's too, and I don't care.
Oh, me neither. So
So,
just
like,
give
we'll
us
have
some
to look up
thought
something.
there,
We'll have
Tiff.
to look up something and do
Yeah, give
a
us some thought there.
past. I'll do it
Yeah.
so and then I'll announce it. I'll announce it on the socials.
Tiff, I want to be scared. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay. I'll do well, here's the thing, we try to do stuff we both haven't seen so that I'm not like, "I love it right
For
away," or
sure.
whatever.
For sure.
So, I'll do my best to try to find something that'll scare us.
Yeah, this didn't scare me.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. I was like,
Upsetting maybe a little bit at times, but not scary.
you bastard, you wasted a spooky boogie, you know?
Yeah! Well, you gotta go through it.
No, it wasn't your fault. I was like, you didn't know shit. You know, I just was like, and then I was like, but then I was like,
Yeah, that's right. The watch check is real. I think about I'd say about halfway through the movie, I started thinking we were about done, and then I was like, "Ah, shit."
I know. I was like, wait a minute. This is part three? When they said part three, I was like, ah.
Oh shit.
All right, man. We can't do the damn thing. We got it done. I'm the host of Fans of Patrol. My name is Mateko. Thank y'all for tuning in, listening, and watching because this will be we post these on YouTube and all our listeners, which is way more than watches us. But fret not, man. We don't pay for views and likes and all that stuff like everybody else. And I found out that oh my God, it's that's the thing that runs rapid. All those
Mhm.
views is bullshit. Anyway, with me is my adorable co-host, Miss Tifflebot. Say goodbye to these lovely people, Tiff.
It's been a pleasure as always.
It is, and if I can try to find my cursor, I will say until next week, we will be on
On
Patrol.